Hello and welcome, Taurus, to your July messages. So keep in mind, these are collective in general. Receive what aligns, release what does not. Never give your power away to a reading or an outcome. Remember, you're a conscious creator and you shift and change your timeline with your free will choice. So, Taurus, let's get into this. These messages are very interesting. So, in July, a blockage or something that you're going to be moving through is unworthy. Okay, any sort of like unworthiness here. We have you deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. Okay, so allow people to mirror and reflect the beauty of you back to you, your light back to you. Equally so, sometimes we do have people who will mirror wounds back to us that we have to heal, right? But it feels like you're going to be having some important conversations, perhaps in love, in the month of July here. Okay, Taurus, that's that sort of energy that is coming through here. We also have the energy sacred friendship. And when you look at this card, doesn't it look like there's a little Santa hat on top of that fox? Upon closer observation, it's a robin. Okay, so a robin or a fox or white flowers could be very significant for you here. It could be very clear that you are developing or connecting in with somebody who you have a sacred friendship with. You are kind of kindred spirits with. You have this sort of soul connection energy. There could be a new beginning that's beckoning within this connection, maybe to take things further from a friendship into a deeper love commitment. That's something that you're thinking about here, and you're very wise. Okay, with that fox energy coming through here, some of you again could be very connected in with foxes here. But yeah, that little bird just reminds me of somebody who's been maybe talking to you about some sort of new beginning, or there's some sort of new beginning that's going to be showing up here for you, or a new opportunity, and it's something that you're thinking about. Okay, the energy is maybe, right? So you're kind of in the gray area with like making this decision or exploring this connection or taking things further, right? That maybe could also be kind of the vibe you're getting from this person as well. Okay, they could kind of be mirroring your indecision back to you a little bit. Okay. We also have the Eight of Pentacles followed by the Chariot. So in love and career, or even simply your creativity, it looks like you're feeling very successful and things are moving forward. What's important is that you keep a balance. So keep a work-life balance. That's going to be different for everybody, right? Depending on your energy levels, your commitments, your relationships. But it's important that you know your value, the value of your energy and your time. And we have like masculine and feminine energy here too with the Chariot, so that you also balance your masculine and feminine energy, right? So if at work you have to be very analytical in your masculine mindset, then make sure when you're at home you're focusing on your feminine energy, your creativity, okay? That you're doing things that energize you, that light you up. But it does feel like in work and career, or what you're focusing on working, is moving forward. It is working here. Some of you, this connection, this relationship that's maybe been at a standstill, not sure what direction you want to go in, it's been moving forward, or it's feeling balanced, right? So that could be that Eight of Pentacles as well with the Chariot energy. Now in the middle, we have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords. And you put those three together, that's the Three of Swords. So there's some sort of emotional wound, and this could have to do with feeling unworthy, right? Some of you maybe only go so far in relationships, or you're like, oh, no, it's just easier to stay in friendships. Obviously, you understand there's a sacred friendship here, right? The best relationships have a foundation of friendship, okay? But with the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords, there's something that has you in your defensive energy, something that has you, I'm hearing has your back up, like a cat when they put their back up, or backing away. So it's really interesting with that Queen of Swords energy that's looking at your experience, your wisdom. Some of you could be a memory from an ex energy, a wound you still have to heal. Or it could have to do with, like, especially if you had like a very critical ex, or somebody who was like very verbally abusive, that could be something that you have to heal. And that's really important that you do, because that affected your self-worth, right? So again, allowing yourself to surround yourself with people and beauty, and those that see the beauty within you. The Two of Swords is about making a decision about a path or direction you want to go in, making up your mind. But in the Two of Swords, there are two swords in front of her, but she has a blindfold over her eyes. So it's about not necessarily just what you see, but what you feel, what your intuition is telling you, what your dreams are telling you. Now, if you're kind of in between two different people, let's say you're dating, okay, with that Two of Swords, there's something here that is calling your attention to look a little bit deeper into, and to kind of use your integrated wisdom before you move forward. Okay, so there's a few different kind of messages that are coming through here. Then we have the Four of Cups and the High Priestess. Now the Four of Cups energy, what I immediately got, because she has this ivy that's kind of like wrapped around her, and the Four of Cups, many of you heal in nature, in your element, in your earth element. And you also receive a lot of information intuitively when you're out in nature. So continue to do that. Continue to heal with nature. You could feel like you're very sensitive. With that High Priestess energy, you could feel like there's more going on than meets the eye. So again, trusting in your instincts and your intuition. Okay, that Four of Cups is about rejection. So it could be that you feel like you're being rejected, or you're going to be rejecting someone else here possibly. But you might just be like, you know what, do I even want to be in a relationship? Do I want to just be cozy at home and spend time in the forest? And like, you're trying to figure these things out in July, Taurus, which is what's coming through. And then you have the Lover's card. And the Lover's is about making a choice. So some of you, again, you have options and you're trying to make a choice, or trying to decide if you want to take a sacred friendship into a romantic relationship. There is the question of whether or not there's also intimacy, or if like you want that. But you're taking your time. Something feels off, something you want to kind of explore a little bit further. You could even be asking someone that you see as like an elder, or somebody that you see as you kind of look up to and has wisdom to assist you with making this decision. Okay. Being able to determine if like why you have this kind of standstill, or why you're at the crossroads. Is it because there's actually this wisdom, this integrated wisdom, healed wisdom from your experience, that is wanting you to look further into something? Or is it that you're letting a wound hold you back, right? So you're trying to figure that out. You're trying to unpack that discernment here. And then again, with the Lovers, that's about making a choice. And some of you could be praying, meditating, again, connecting with an ancestor, a guide, the forest energy, spirit, about what sort of direction is best for you to move in. So I feel like in July, you're actually taking a lot of time to contemplate, to sit back, to meditate, to kind of strategize what you want moving forward. Okay, I did get kind of a little bit of a heads up message for those of you, if like you're with somebody, especially intimately, who really wants to lock you down. Be careful if you're intimate with this person, because they might try to create an unplanned pregnancy, okay, from either side, masculine or feminine. So that's something for someone to just kind of be aware of. Or, if you feel something's off about this person, like, don't go there, right? Listen to your instincts, listen to your intuition and your wisdom, and have important conversations with the Queen of Swords. Ask questions, be inquisitive, sit back and observe, right? Integrate that wisdom into your experience. I mean, that's just like a little side note, but that was definitely a message that came through. And if you're dealing with somebody like that, obviously, be careful and protect yourself, take the best care of yourself. So the theme that you have showing up in July is beauty. So you're going to start seeing more of your own internal beauty reflected in the world. You are healing from spending time in nature, spending time with flowers, spending time in the elements. That's really how you're healing. Some of you, if you've been stuck inside for too long, get outside. Get outside, spend time in the fresh air, spend time in the sunshine, spend time around beauty, because that's healing, and it's reflecting that inner beauty back to you, right? If it wasn't within you, you wouldn't recognize it outside of you. So that is nature's this beautiful mirror for you. But you're starting to see more beauty in your situations. You're starting to see more beauty within yourself, within your journey. Okay, and there's all this blooming energy, so that kind of reminds me of abundance as well. So you're seeing the abundance of nature. So July can be, quite healing for you here, Taurus. We also have within like your career and business energy, we have the South Node stagnation. And then we have Saturn structure and the North Node purpose. So you could have some sort of purpose shift or change, or you could be rebuilding a structure that's important for you for your business or for your career here. Maybe what was working before isn't working anymore. You've been feeling like you're stagnating. So you're wanting to explore maybe different options. Again, different purposes or passions. To go from the south node to the north node with structure says it's important that you have a plan. Some of you, if like you are a program director, you know, you're upgrading the programs within, you know, the business or the company or something like that. You are kind of cutting edge, you know, you're visionary here. And that's making a big change because you're moving things out of a place of stagnation with this structure from Saturn energy into purpose, into something that's expansive, into something that feels good for you. Because you were feeling kind of locked in with the south node, that's the past energy, right? North node is aligned with your purpose. So some of you are having some incredible breakthroughs within your career as well. I want to dive a little bit deeper into this Queen of Swords energy here. One second. And see what this Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords is. If this is like an X energy, something that you've been through before, healing. Patience, balance, don't rush it. Take your time. Okay? Beautiful. You're alchemizing. You're alchemizing, you're taking your time, you're making sure your head, your heart, your intuition, your soul is all on board with the decisions that you're making. And that's very wise, right? This Temperance energy is also about balancing out your human self with your soul self, right? And exploring more, you know, of what it is that you want. Some of you could be healing some sort of addiction here as well. Healing, again, from some sort of X energy. Let's clarify that Four of Cups with the High Priestess. The Hierophant. Yeah, some of you are definitely focused in on your purpose, focused in on what you should make a commitment to, focused in on what structures and belief systems are positive and healthy for you, you know, and what are not, you know, that's another, or which ones are not. I know I can't talk all of a sudden. Maybe you're feeling that way here, Taurus, in July, like you're tired or you're staying up really late. I don't know, but like that's what's kind of coming through here. But yeah, you're ready for change. You're just trying to figure out what sort of change, and is it change that you should go out and make, or is it change that, you know, is going to come towards you? And I think the answer to that is aligning your energy with what you desire to attract in first. And I think a way that you do that is by spending some time with yourself or around nature, around animals. The Hierophant energy is also Taurus energy too, right? So some of you, it's like you're discovering a deeper purpose in your life and in your experience. That's something that's coming through very strong here. So I think I'm going to take this into the extended now. We'll dive a little bit deeper, okay, and see what else wants to come through for you here. Remember that this is collective in general, so receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Never give your power away to a reading, right, or an outcome. Remember, you shift and change your timeline with your free will choice. But I do feel like there's structures that are changing, belief systems that are changing for you here, Taurus, in July in a very positive way, in a way that adds more expansion and beauty and freedom and alignment and purpose into your experience. So if you're following me to the extended, that is linked below. The extended videos only, Patreon membership. Thank you so much for joining me. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.